It's so munchy,
crisp and crunchy.
you'll enjoy each bite. Eat butter-drenched buttercup popcorn at its best.
Served in a king-size cup.
It beats all the rest.
The next show will start in 8 minutes.
For refreshment. For your enjoyment, there's hot, fresh popcorn, tempting, delicious hot dogs, and so many kinds of ice cream. And of course, sparkling, delicious, ice-cold Coca-Cola for everybody at the refreshment counter now. Remember, your favorite snack will taste especially good with world-famous ice-cold Coca-Cola.
The next show will start in 7 minutes. The next show will start in 6 minutes. While you're relaxing and waiting for the next show to begin, visit our snack bar. The next show will start in 5 minutes. next show will start in 4 minutes.
You suppose there's time?
Sure, there's still time to visit our famed snack bar, where we offer a wide variety of good things to eat and drink to top off your evening. Want a suggestion? How about enjoying a treat we're famous for? A refreshing cup of smooth, chocolatey good Jubilee hot chocolate. Such a comforting, special kind of drink, and a favorite with folks of all ages. Hot chocolate goes down real easy this time of night, makes you feel warm and altogether wonderful. Bet you've never tasted hot chocolate quite as good as we make it. Enjoy a cup tonight.
Hot dogs with your favorite trimming for men and boys, girls and women. Dress them up to suit your taste. They're good. So good.
The next show will start in 3 minutes. The next show will start in 2 minutes. The next show will start in 1 minute.
Jim Rex? What's Jim Rex? Would you believe a movie audience guide presented as a public service by this theater's management to help you select your motion picture entertainment? Well, that's what it is. And we urge you to learn these rating symbols and use them as a guide for you and your family. G means suggested for general audiences, all ages. M, suggested for mature audiences, parental discretion advised. R, restricted, persons under 16 not admitted unless accompanied by parent or adult guardian. X, persons under 18 will not be admitted. This seal in advertising indicates that the film was approved under the Motion Picture Code of Self-Regulation.
Hi, folks. I'm Rico.
Oh, Nacho.
He's Peppy.
See?
You can find us at the concession stand in the lobby.
Along with all sorts of other tasty goodies.
See? Rico's Nachos, a refreshingly new and different snack discovery. Chock full of high-quality ingredients, crisp, fresh tortilla chips, covered with creamy aged cheddar cheese, topped off with zesty jalapeno pepper rings. Rico's Nachos, out of sight.
Remember, folks, we're the new star at the snack bar. Rico's Nachos, a new taste treat you can't beat.
See? Rico's Nachos, on sale at the snack bar now.
About to witness the takeoff of the first manned rocket to outer space. We pick up the count. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0!
We're off to visit the planets. There are treats galore in the stars. Venus is loaded with candy, and ice cream is found upon Mars. The soda pop's fizzing on Saturn. When you're thirsty, it sure hits the spot. And Jupiter's really jumping with popcorn that's buttered and hot. But the best of them all is the planet, where all of these treats are at hand. And that is the spot we now head for, our theater refreshment stand.
Good evening. It's intermission time, and during the next 10 minutes, we invite you to visit our refreshment stand located in the center of the drive-in. Our service is friendly and quick. You'll find hot dogs, hamburgers, pizza, your favorite candies, hot and cold beverages, and other delicious snacks. So add to your fun of watching the movie. Visit our refreshment stand right now during our 10-minute intermission. We're glad to have you with us tonight, and we hope you'll come to see us often. It's great to get out to the movies.
Today we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza, and I follow him anyway.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the Pizza Cravers Pizza. Available at the concession stand.
The delicious Oriental treat that's out of this world for taste-tempting goodness. Light and delicious, full of tender, juicy, fresh shrimp meat. It's America's favorite shrimp rolls. Try Flavos. You'll say they're shrimply delicious.
Hungry? We have it. Kettle from the popper. There are other treats for you, too, such as fresh candies and ice cream. Visit the Refreshment Center now. Enjoy a delicious snack and ice-cold Coca-Cola.
Sneaking out to the drive-in? Why not take the kiddies along and save the expense of a sitter? Everyone enjoys the drive-in.
replace the speaker on its rack when you're ready to leave. Failure to do so will damage both the speaker and your car. We'll be grateful, and so will the patrons who follow you.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
We're now just 1 minute away from the beginning of our next feature. For your convenience, our refreshment stand will remain open after the feature begins, so you still have time to add to the fun of watching the movie. Before we begin our next feature, we'd like to remind you to replace your speaker before leaving the theater. If it is accidentally damaged, please notify someone at the refreshment stand. Again, thank you for coming out to the drive-in tonight. As you leave, please drive carefully and come back soon. Please replace the speaker on its rack when you're ready to leave. Failure to do so will damage both the speaker and your car. We'll be grateful, and so will the patrons who follow you.
Projectionist, stop the show. Here's great news you ought to know. We've just got a shipment of taste-thrilled treats, all tip-top quality and delicious eats. There are hot dogs and popcorn and candy galore. There's soft drinks and coffee and a whole lot more. So direct your steps to our refreshment stand to enjoy the finest snacks in all the land.
You have 10 minutes till showtime. You've seen the show. It was quite a treat. But now you'd like something to eat, so right this way to the concession stand serving Castleberry's, the best in the land. Yes, sir. Castleberry's is real southern barbecue. Choice cuts of meat slowly cooked over open pits of smoldering oak coals for honest-to-goodness barbecue flavor. You'll also find hot coffee, cold soft drinks, and delicious ice cream in our snack bar to go with your Castleberry sandwich. Just look at that generous helping of rich, juicy barbecue. Yum, yum. For a real taste thrill, Castleberry's barbecue will fill the bill.
The next show will start in 9 minutes.
Golden, pure creamery butter, rich, flavorful, satisfying. That's what it takes for the finest buttered popcorn, and that's what we use. See for yourself why there's no Showtime treat to equal the crisp, delicious flavor of hot popcorn that's bathed in real melted butter. It's at the concession stand now.
Now listen, now listen, now listen. I'm the Dairy Queen, won't you come with me along the milkshake way? I've got lots of good surprises, fresh and yummy for you every day. There are malts and shakes and sundaes too, whenever you stop. And of course your very, very favorite, the cone with the curl on top.
You don't have to just dream about Dairy Queen. Your favorite Dairy Queen treat is a refreshing reality at your nearest Dairy Queen store.
The next show will start in 8 minutes.
Hey! They're ready, folks.
For refreshment that is great. If it's early or it's late, it's Orange Crush. Orange Crush, the drink that's extra good. Fresh fruit flavor. That's for me. It tastes better. Naturally. Orange Crush, get some right away.
Visit our refreshment stand right away for delicious Orange Crush and all kinds of good things to eat.
Oh, the time is now, the time is here. Now's the time for a bite of cheer. A tasty light where the price is right. Well, look here, you'll dig this sight. The moment's handy for a piece of candy. Just name your brand, they're all so grand. Hey, what do you think of a nice cool drink? Or a big box filled with a popcorn thrill? Let your taste buds meet with an ice cream treat. Refresh yourselves, it's time to eat. So come on, folks, let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment stand.
10, 9, 8, 7 minutes to go.
Let's play Dutch Treat. Da 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 da. Oh, you're it. No, I'm not. Come on. I'm it. 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's treat. 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's treat. 7, that's 8, that's 9, that's treat. That's treat chocolate drink. Oh, that's treat chocolate drink, please. That's treat drink so good. I want some. Me too. Everybody loves it. So good. It's good hot
or cold.
Mom and Dad love it. So, get that treat chocolate drink at the snack bar now.
Still plenty of time to come and be served at the refreshment center before showtime.
The next show will start in 6 minutes.
With mustard and relish, you'll guarantee mouth-watering satisfaction. And now he slips his costume on a beautiful golden bun. There's his cue to go out on stage.
He's the natural.
He's the rage. Meet this person that'll see at our refreshment counter. treat the family.
Something different for a change? Then try the perfect refreshment. Chili Dilly, a delicious pickle treat that's spiced just right for every bite. Economical, too. There's no waste. You eat every bit of the juicy goodness of Chili Dilly. How about trying one right now? Chili Dilly, on sale at our concession stand. You'll love 'em.
You have 5 minutes till showtime. Time for refreshment. Refreshment. For your enjoyment, there's hot, fresh popcorn, tempting, delicious hot dogs, and so many kinds of ice cream. And, of course, sparkling, delicious, ice-cold Coca-Cola for everybody at the refreshment counter now. Remember, your favorite snack will taste especially good with world-famous ice-cold Coca-Cola.
It's refreshment time, folks. Time out for a delicious snack in our sparkling refreshment building. Every item a fresh, appetizing taste treat. Fresh popcorn, delicious and crisp, with or without butter. Sizzling hot dogs, bursting with juicy goodness. Tender, tasty hamburgers with all the trimmings. French fries, crisp and golden brown. Thirst-quenching, refreshing, ice-cold drink.
There's plenty of time to treat yourself to something good to eat at our refreshment center.
The show begins in just 4 minutes.
And now, meet the star of our show. Symbol of a treat that quality made famous. America's most famous ice cream treat. Eskimo pie. Creamy, delicious ice cream made even more exciting with smooth, rich chocolate coating. And wearing the label of quality, known the world over. Eskimo pie, the treat you know is tops because it carries its pledge of quality right on the back of the bag. Be sure you save the bags for valuable premiums. Get famous Eskimo pie at our refreshment stand now. It's America's anytime taste treat. Finest ice cream, finest chocolate. It's delicious.
Our hamburgers are the finest. Quality beef expertly prepared for extra deliciousness. Treat yourself royally right now. What a hamburger.
The next show will start in 3 minutes.
Like you crave that corn when it's freshly bobbed, you gotta beat it to the box with the butter on the top. Get with it, man. Start strolling down to the sweets that you're rolling, the best in town. Our candy's real gone, if I'm understood. To all you squares, that means the confection is positively delicious. Cork that stuff. Give me 5. Let me send you into this nutty jive. Go, man, go. It ain't very far. Shake it on down to this cool snack bar. Come on, Jill. Give us a treat. A friendly pepper-upper with a tasty beat.
Drink Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, 'cause it never lets you down.
Frosty, man. Frosty.
Only 2 minutes left.
Give them a faith to live by. Worship this week.
The whole family's getting together to show Dad how much he's appreciated. It's so nice to have a man around the house. But here's an extra surprise. Somebody's treating the whole family to the most enjoyable gift of all. Get the hint? Take Dad and the family on a pleasure-filled outing to the movies at our special Father's Day show, Sunday, June 21st.
You get more out of life when you go out to a movie.
It's 1 minute till showtime.
We hope you're enjoying your visit here this evening. Now, on with the show.
Here's a choice of food and drink to satisfy anyone and everyone. You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment. Something to please all tastes and age groups.
And now, before the next show starts, let's enjoy an intermission. You'll find our snack bar chock full of good things to eat and drink. Tasty, tempting hot dogs, thirst-quenching soft drinks, fresh, crunchy popcorn, a complete assortment of delicious candy, and a full line of cigarettes. You've plenty of time, so visit the snack bar now. A tasty treat will double your enjoyment of the show. For your convenience, we...
Check, check, testing, 1, 2. Fuck it.
Holy crap!
Okay, but have you tried? It just doesn't fit. What are the? It doesn't fit from side to side or top to bottom. Have you tried lubrication? Maybe it's just. Maybe it just needs to slip in. Oh, I gotta go. Bye bye. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm here. That's all I can guarantee. Thank you and good night. No, really. Hi, how are you? Coffee. Coffee's hot. I am not. But just to make sure that I don't get hot, I'm going to turn on the air. There we go. Well, it is Monday. It is the 22nd of September, the day after my daughter's birthday. She's on her way back from Chicago this morning. Chicago, there, near Chicago. They'll be flying back this evening after they spend the day or the morning there in Chicago. She said she had so much fun at the Riot Fest. I'm so jazzed. I'm so happy that she's so happy, right? I get to live vicariously through her adventures now, since I'm old and broken. And I'm at the point now to where I really, really love to hear about her adventures. Because I can't do too many. So, there you go. She's already talking about traveling other places, even before this trip, and I'm like, wow, she's got the bug. So hopefully this will secure that bug in her veins, and she'll want to do some more traveling. I'd love to go do some traveling with her, but if that doesn't work out, I just hope she has good friends to travel with. There you go. There are a few places that I do want to go, but, you know, honestly, I don't want to travel without marijuana. I don't. I just don't. I'm in too much fucking pain, you know. And I like to get loaded, and it helps with my social anxieties and stuff. So there's just, you know, helps with my depression. It's just an all around cure-all for this guy. Life's pretty miserable without marijuana. Because that's just the way it is. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I could switch to pain pills or some other kind of, you know, antidepressants, and I'd have to take probably at least a half dozen different medications, not to mention the medications that take care of the side effects for those medications. Yeah, pot's probably killing me slowly, but it's helping me to live, so I'm fine with that. You know, imagine what damage all the pills would be doing to me. So there's that as well. Now, if I could go to a country and know that there's marijuana waiting for me when I get there, I'm all over it. Get loaded on a plane, eat some fucking gummies and shit, get there, and get hooked up. You know, is this shit legal in Australia? Is it legal in England? Is it legal in Japan? Because those are the three places that I want to go. And I'm pretty much limited by where marijuana is legal. So and it's probably not legal in any of those places. Or is it? I don't know. You tell me. Somebody tell me. Tell me something, please. Somebody. Is it Robert watching? Good morning. Is that you, Robert? Are you going to say something this morning? Or do you know how? I don't know. My shirt says it all. Dogs have always been my best friend, so I would imagine this is me, since my best friend's a dog. There you go. Totally. Well, I think I scared somebody away. I think I scared them away. I don't know how, but I did it. That's all right. I was kind of hoping I could hear from Joey this morning. I really miss Joey. Not just in the morning show, but I just miss him in general. He's been, you know, doing that weekend thing with the kids. And I imagine after hanging out with 2 girls for 4 days, he's probably a little burned out. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe he liked the girls. I don't know. Totally. Anyway, my daughter's friend Nat that she went to visit in Chicago seems like a very, very nice girl. And I can't wait till she comes here and we get to meet her and hang out. Can anyone guess what the new song of the week is? Anybody? I'll let you just mull it over. All right? Mulva. Mulva. Ah, coffee. Coffee. Yes, I have teepsuses in. I got teepsus in my head. I don't know. I took them off early last night so I could put them in early today. That's all I'm saying. I'll be another butt crunch. I'm still dragging my ass from last week. The studio hasn't been touched. It hasn't. I haven't done shit in here. I did the living room. That was as much as I could do. Today I'm going to vacuum the living room. That's as much as I'm going to do. I'm going to vacuum. And Febreze and dust. I don't know if I'm going to even make it into this area over here. I imagine when our house guest is gone, I'll probably bring some tables back in and get back to organizing 8-track tapes. Okay, so I've got some boxes out in my shed where my stuff is, my storage, my laundry unit. So I'm going to start filling boxes and bringing them in and emptying them in here on a table in front of me. And probably next week, I'll start stacking them up in here until we get every single 8-track that I have here on camera in front of me. Look at that. That's a bad angle. I'm going to fix that. That's a bad angle. Alright, let's try that now. Yeah, it's a little bit better, yeah. A little bit better. Alright, there we go. There's that. Oh yeah. My whole plan was to put my teeths in and do a little bit of songstry in here. A little songsmithing. Saturday, pardon me. I think it was Friday. I was driving around and I heard a song on the radio. And I thought, okay, now there is one that I have wanted to learn since I was 10 years old, at least. Probably 10 years old. I've been hearing that song and thinking, if I could play the guitar, I would love to play that song. Good morning, Joey. Just thinking about you, brother. How's it going, man? Are you excited to come home? I'm excited to have you guys home. I miss you guys. Totally. Mom doesn't have a breakfast buddy with you gone. She's like, I don't have to buy eggs. She just gets up and sits there. Yeah, dogs have just been sitting on your bed waiting. Just scratching at Natalie's door. Good, good. I'm glad you're okay. Tired, I would imagine. Not just from yesterday, but having your whole schedule thrown off for a couple of days. That'd probably... Sheesh. I'd be worked. Yeah. Gosh, I'm excited to have you guys come back. I guess I'm picking you up around 9 tonight, my time. You guys will have to let me know if that's different, but that's what I'm planning for, baby. That's the plan, and I'm sticking to it. Totally, man. Yeah, I learned a new song while you guys were gone. I had to do something to keep my little brain occupied. It was either that or sleep the whole time you guys were gone, and I couldn't do that. So I decided to go ahead and play around and learn a new song. But I really actually tabled the idea of just trying to stay in bed and asleep as much as possible. And the first day I was miserable. Physically, it wasn't your guys' fault. I was just physically, I was screwed up. First couple of days you guys were gone. Yeah, 9. Right. Awesome. Okay. That's what I will plan for. That's in the same as usual. In fact, just stay where I dropped you off, and I'll just pick you up right there on that same side. It'll be nighttime, so we don't really have to worry about traffic or anything. So I'll just pick you up right there in front of your airport area there. Yeah. Wow. I can't wait to see pictures and hear about it and all that stuff. It's going to be cool. Cool, and I'm glad you're going to be here for another couple of days because, yeah, like I said, I miss you guys, and I want you here to hang out and chit-chat. I'll tell Mom to go out and buy some bacon and eggs. Yeah. And biscuits and gravy. I think I want biscuits and gravy. Oh my god. And lots of potatoes. For sure, man. For sure. I guess today is just kind of a hangover day, huh? Well, is there a place nearby where you can walk and go get some food? Because I'd be all about the nearest joint to get something. Oh man. Totally. See, now I'm getting excited. Yeah. Woohoo! Woo! Woohoo! No, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. Oh. No. Well, I don't know. I live in a crappy tiny little town, right? I guess it depends on if you're in the middle of a neighborhood or not. But it's nice to have something within walking distance. That's always nice. I'm wearing my Krusty Krab hat with my Snoopy shirt just because it's red. It's not even really the right red. But I thought, what the hell? It was either this or my Iron Maiden hat. And I thought, what the hell? I feel kind of crusty and crabby this morning. So, and I've been thinking about early 2000s Nickelodeon shows a lot lately. My daughter's got a DVD we're going to have to look at. It's got a bunch of old episodes of Jimmy Neutron and was it SpongeBob and a few other of those weird. I think she's got Backyardigans. That was one of my favorite. Backyardigans. They were always singing and dancing. Who the hell is this guy? What's he laughing for? Is he on dope? Yeah. Lots of dope. I'm a dope. Yeah. Sweet Home Alhambra. It's an LA thing. I'm going in. Cover me. Totally. Okay. So anyway, like I was saying, Friday, I heard this song on the radio, and I'm like, dude, I gotta learn that. So finally Saturday, I looked it up on the phone and found it to be possible that I could actually play it, right? And so I sat down with the phone and the lyrics and the notes, and from the first time I started strumming it was almost perfect, right? Which doesn't usually happen. And the more I got into the song, the more I fucked with those chords, the better it got. The only thing is that I could not figure out what pitch, where to put my voice in all of this. And I was just like, I was tartaloiding it hard, and I didn't know what to do. And I listened to it, and then sing it, and then I put it on, and I just could not do it. So I set the guitar down, and I found a place that I could sing that felt comfortable without listening to the music again. And I picked up the guitar, and that place fell right in with the notes. So I decided to sing it down here rather than up here. I can sing it up here, but it's not too good. So I'm singing it down here. So at some point this morning, we'll screw around with that and some other stuff. I trimmed my fingernails on both hands to play this a little bit easier, and then my index finger, that fingernail a little bit short, started catching on the upswing there, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, shit happens. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do, eh? Nothing. That's what. Just fucking do it and shut up. So that's what I did, and I played the hell out of it over. I fucked around with it a little bit on Saturday, and then Sunday morning I printed it out. Now first I printed it out, and it looked like this. I can barely see it too. Unfortunately, I'm running out of black ink, so all you can see was the notes in red, which is how I play. That's how I roll. So I had to reprint it in red, and then highlight and blacken the notes. So now it looks like this, but it's all in red, and the notes are black now. So it's kind of reversed of what I usually do. As soon as I get some ink, I'll print it out properly and adjust the notes where I need to so that they fit in where they're supposed to, right? But at this point, it works. And did you see what song it was? Because I haven't told anyone yet. Of course I have mentioned it, but I didn't tell anyone. Sweet Home Alhambra. That's what I'm saying. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's it. Ratatouille. Ratatata tatatouille. Ratatata 2. Ratatata 3. There, I just slipped that in there. Now I can put it over here at the beginston so I can get to it a little bit easier. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. There, we'll just squeeze it in here. We just squeeze it and squeeze it and squeeze. Oh, hey, good morning, WW. Manic Monday, dude. I'm always manically depressed and ferociously fidgety. You like that? You like what I did there? Totally, eh? So, so did you guess what song it is this morning? Did you guess what the new song is? Did you? Did you guess, eh? Because if you didn't, I'm not going to tell you until you guess.
What the hell's he doing?
That'll work. All right. So there you go. And squeeze. And I'm going to have it the squeeze. Mondays are fun days. Yep, they are. They are. You know what? Because you can always claim, still coming off at the weekend, you know, and then you just fucking let it roll, whatever happens, you know. That's what I loved about school, was the teachers, when I was young, back there in the sticks where we went to school, the teachers were always coming in hungover on Monday. So they'd come in, they'd put on a movie, and they'd just pass out at the desk. I mean, literally, sometimes just drooling all over, sometimes just, you know, they'd kind of look around every once in a while and then close their eye. But it was always Mondays and Fridays, man. Sweet Home Alhambra. No, that is not the song of the day. I have mentioned it this morning. I guess if you read the title of the show, you might figure it out. But I heard the song on the radio on Friday. Saturday I looked it up and thought, that's possible. Sunday I printed it out and sat and played the song until my fingers hurt. Sunday, last night. So it's still pretty fresh. So I'm not 100% on this song yet. What is the album of the day? WW. What do we got for a band or an artist? I'll leave that up to you. No. Sell at 30. Bye. I'm going to heat this up. And then you can tell me what the band of the day is. Maybe, if I can find it. Sweet Home Anaphylaxia. Doodly doo doo. What? Yes, listen to the music. That is the song that has been toying with me all freaking weekend, ever since Friday. I think it was actually before that where I heard it a couple of times on the radio, and it kept toying with me. And then finally I picked it up and I was like, wow, I could do this. This is fun. The Dobbie Brothers. I've seen them twice. The first time I saw them was in 1979 at the Del Mar Fairgrounds in San Diego area. So I had to capo my guitar at the 8th fret. Let me check this thing for tunage. Wow, remarkably well. The 8th caper. Totally, eh? I'm just gonna set it down for now, lest I get a little bit nervous before I start playing it. I'll just have to ease into it. We need another bong hit. Miles Davis or John Coltrane for the album of the day. Okay. Miles Davis. Let's see. Let me take a look over here. So I've got some Miles Davis. The personnel is Miles Davis on trumpet, Wayne Shorter on tenor sax, Tony Williams on drums, Ronald Carter on bass, and Herb Hancock on piano. Herb. Sounds a little like Herbie Hancock to me. Miles Davis, ESP, is the album of the day. Thank you. WW for that. There we go. And we'll set that there. And let's see if I can't. Oh, look, a bong. Shh, don't get distracted. Let's go over here and bring up the old intranet, the introverted net here. And we'll go to the tuber. Might as well turn that tuner off there. Keeps flashing at me. Yeah, it's a good one, yeah. See if I can find it. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, here's the whole album played straight through from Sap the Jazz Hoppa. Sap the Jazz Hoppa. Just the whole darn tootin' caboodle there in one shot, one recording. I don't know if this guy's commercialized or not. I would assume not. If you're playing full albums of stuff, you probably can't get away with monetizing it. So there's that. Let me pop that. One of Miles Davis' mini gals. Ah, is that who that is? He had a lot of broads, huh? Had a lot of dames, huh? There's that. We go ESP. I gotta hooch know what's in. What year is this? Oh, I hate it when that happens. Columbia. Anybody? Anybody? Nope. There is no date on this album here. Okay, well, I'm going to have to figure that out here real quick before I go any further. That's just what I got to do. Miles Davis, ESP. And 1965. Okay. So now I can go back here and type in 1965. Full album. Oh, look, it's all set up there now. There we go. Okay. That was his pre-electric period band. Ooh. Hoo-ya to ya, brother. Hoo-ya. KMET 94.7, Southern California's most excellent radio station. Coming to you live from Joshua Tree, California. This is Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy here in the mornings. We're talking about Miles Davis, ESP from 1965. WW tells me that it's his pre-electric period band. How long did that last? Right before the release in a Silent Way, which changed everything in jazz. 1965, that's about the time jazz started to really change. I'm into like fusion, jazz fusion, you know, like Sergio Mendes in Brazil 66, right? That's more my just traditional jazz is a little too heavy for me, right? I can listen to it, I can listen to some jazz pieces, but I can't sit and listen to a lot of it. But then again, the way my brain works is I can't listen to a lot of music. I have to listen to music and then kind of sit back and absorb and then get in and listen to some more. That's why I listen to a lot of older stuff, because I don't have to invest a lot of listening, right? Yeah. In a silent way.
Oh, jeez. Ah, jeez. Oh, hello. Hello. Hello.
Oh, there it is. I have to have a little mustache wiper. So Joey was here this morning. I don't know if he's still here. But they're still there in Chicago, and they're coming home tonight. Bitches Brew, of course. Bitches. So jazz fusion. What was the fusion with? More rock? Was it a jazz rock fusion? Jazz pop? Because I'm sure I heard a lot of Miles Davis as a kid growing up. But I couldn't tell you what exactly I was hearing as a kid. I didn't start to pay attention until into my teens, what was on the radio. I listened to it, I loved it. I would crave for this music to come on the radio. I didn't know what I was listening to. I didn't know who the bands were. I didn't know anything about the genres. I just like, ooh, I want to hear that song again. What song? That telephone song. And you know, they wouldn't have titles. I wouldn't know their titles. You know, I wouldn't know who was playing them. You know, sometimes I would know a title if I could remember the catchy hook. You know, yeah, jazz rock fusion. There you go. That's what I thought. I didn't know if it was jazz rock or jazz R&B or jazz soul or, you know, jazz boogie woogie. That'd be something, huh? A little jazz swing fusion. So anyway, the TV guide of, I'm still doing this wild cherry crumble stuff here. It is a indica, 33.7 on the THC there, 40 on the cannabinoids. So it's some pretty rowdy stuff. Most people are smoking in the teens and 20s there, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Weather Report was a huge jazz fusion band. Yeah, I love me some Weather Report. Anytime I go out, that's one of the bands that I kind of look for, is see if I can find a new Weather Report album to pick up, something I don't have. Redbone, I'll look for Redbone when I'm out, because you can never get enough Redbone. But yeah, there's a few things that I look for when I go out, that I want to add to my collection or get more of. And I think I've got about 4 of each of those, actually. I have 4 of the Redbones, and then I think I've got 4 Weather Report albums. I couldn't tell you what I know that my favorite Redbone album is Potlatch, and I have that one. I'm not sure the other titles are RPG. Jayco, Wayne Shorter, Joe Zawinul? Zanahusen? Yeah. Was this Herb Hancock on the piano? That's Herbie Hancock, right? Because he's been around forever, right? Am I remembering this correctly? Birdland, Black Market. Totally. See now, I have to go look and see what I got over here with Weather Report. Alright, so I know I have some on 8-track, but I'm not sure what I have on 8-track. Probably similar to this. I have Mr. Gone, which you did not mention there. I Sing the Body Electric. And Domino Theory. Aha, so I got 3 that you didn't name, so there you go. That's cool. Yeah, they're cool. I've listened to these extensively. I love me some Weather Report. I need to get some more. I thought I had more on LP, and there might be one hiding in there somewhere. So there's that. But yeah, Weather Report, good stuff. Totally, eh? Sweet Niter. Ah, Sweet Nutter. Nutter butter. Totally, eh? Anywho. Wow, Monday. Monday. Sheesh. Yeah, those are good. I like them. So do you know Domino Theory? Totally. Hey, look, a bong hit. What do you know about that? Who put this here for me? Thanks. Copid. It's called COPD, not Copid. Oh. Anywho, I had a call on my phone this morning. Drove me nuts. Ken Burns jet. Yeah. I think I might have found it and parked it on my hard drive, or made a bookmark for it. But I believe I did research that. And it's one of those things where I'm just going to sit here and go, all right, today's the day, and then just binge watch the whole thing, right? Or put it on my schedule for the week. It's like, all right, then the evenings I'm going to watch this, and then that. Sometimes I like to do that. I like to watch old What's the Krusty Krab? You don't know what Krusty Krab is? The Crab Shack? You never heard of SpongeBob SquarePants? I guess you either have to have been from that era or had a kid during that era to know who Krusty Krab and SpongeBob and all that and all the characters and everything. We spent some time doing the SpongeBob thing. SpongeBob birthday party, SpongeBob Pinata. Yeah. It's a fictional restaurant in Bikini Bottom. Yes, the home of SpongeBob SquarePants works at the Krusty Krab with his pal Squidward and does Squidward work there? Isn't he a waiter? And then there's Patrick Starfish, of course. The first watch, if you get a chance, watch like something from the first season or second season of SpongeBob SquarePants. It's a bizarre show. It's kind of reminiscent of Ren and Stimpy, almost, in the animation stuff. So it can get really weird in the animation department. And then the story is kind of bizarre, you know. Really bizarre characters. So it was neat. It was neat for adults to sit, you know, and I could, you know, get loaded and sit and watch it and appreciate it, you know. So, yeah, I did some. I admit it. I'm guilty. I sponged my bob pants in the square position. It was bobbed. Totally. It was okay though. It was a good show. It, of course, like everything, it changed, evolved, you know. It goes corporate or whatever, and you gotta answer to a higher, you know. It's just, oh man. Sponge, I don't know. He's funny. Was Jerry Lewis gay? He was funny. You know. Is Bean, Mr. Bean, is he gay? He's funny. It doesn't matter to me. I don't give a shit. No, I have no clue. I'm sure there was a lot of rumors about everything, everybody. I don't know. I really don't know, and I really don't pay too much attention to that kind of stuff. Oh, guess what? So-and-so's this. It's like, yeah, what? Is he a Republican or a Democrat or something? Is that why we're whispering? Because that probably means more to me than whether or not they're gay. Do they follow politics? That's all I want to know. Oh, they're one of those. Lately, there's been a lot going on social media. And if you don't follow social media in the traditional sense, like Facebook and that kind of stuff, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever, then you don't hear all the hate memes and all the shit being passed around. And I don't pay attention to any of it. Anytime somebody just starts ranting and raving about something, I just politely turn them off. I just unfollow, you know. I don't even snooze them anymore. If that's what they're going to do, if they're going to spout hate about hating hate, I just don't get it anymore, you know. It's like they deem themselves the good guy because they're hating this and these people. Well, why hate anybody, you know? I heard about the show. I never watched it, and that's the only thing I ever heard about the show, right? That's a lot of... Exactly. If you're an adult, you hear a couple of things about, you know, what they put out in the media and social media, and I think that probably went around for a while that, you know, SpongeBob's gay. And I think it might have been the voice actor who was gay. It might just be that he was a little effeminate, SpongeBob, I don't know. It never occurred to me. I just thought it was a funny kids show until adults started feeding all of this shit into it, right? And then that's what we remember. We remember that crap because that got some kind of emotional twist out of us or something, right? So we put emotions, and they help to create and sink those memories in, right? Yeah, poor SpongeBob. And he was probably a pretty butch guy, you know. He's probably, you know, I think every once in a while they butched him out, put him in a biker outfit or something. Not that bikers can't be gay, you know. I mean, look at Village People, right? Hey. Oh, and I don't mean to imply that the Fonz was gay, because either way, I mean, the character could have been gay, but was he? The Fonz? Not Henry Winkler. Henry Winkler, happily married. But the Fonz now. Why was he always dating women? To mask his his non-masculine masculinity? I don't know what it was. What is this, a tabloid show now? What am I, a tabloid? Hey, I want to see those photos. I want to see those photos of Charlie Sheen naked and taking it in the rear. Get him. Totally. So what's going on this week? I don't really have much going on except for a little bit of work. I'm still putting everything off until the house kind of gets back to normal. So at this point, I really don't have much planned. I know that one of the vacation rentals we care for is undergoing a renovation in one of the showers. So we have to keep up on that and keep checking to make sure that when they leave from working on it, any time, that they don't just destroy the place on their way out. So a psyop to turn all the kids gay, I guess. It was a to turn all the kids gay. Oh, that's funny. That's a good one. That's what it was. You figured it out. It was a psyop. Totally. You know what? That's what's going on right now in social media, where people are they keep pointing the fingers at the other people. You know, how dare you not let me be this? Well, how dare you be that when I'm the one who has to say who is what, right? I mean, it's like, can't people just allow people to be people and just go along with their own lives and not worry so much about what's happening in the homes of other people and in the lives of other people? Because I see that so much right now. So much. Where a lot of people, whole factions of people, groups of people, entire states of people are saying, hey, you're not allowed to be that anymore. You're not allowed to be who you want to be or who you are, right? We're not giving you permission anymore. We're taking away rights now because you don't fit in with what we see as a perfect American, right? And that's what's going on right now. And then you've got the other side who can't just say, fuck you. Now they're getting all militant so I got nothing good to say for either side of the coin at this point, right? I don't think either side has it figured out appropriately. They need to keep that shit at home, right? If you can't come out and express your opinions and your beliefs openly and honestly and peacefully and compassionately, thinking about the other people, and they may not share your point of view, then keep that shit at home. Just keep it at home. And people don't want to do that. I want to take it out into the streets. I want to get on social media, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. Both sides. And they're both sides are just coming off looking like assholes. I've literally had to drop people on social media. It's like, you know, I can't follow you anymore. You keep screaming about this from your point of view, right? How horrible it is for people to be hating and doing all this and saying all these mean things about something. But then you turn right back around and then just jab at people and pester people and keep tagging people and keep pulling people down and dragging them back into it. And they're like, okay, fine, that's fine. And then you just keep, no, come back here. God, I want to fucking yell at you some more. And it's like, whoa. These are people who used to be friends, right? And now they just chew on it. And their comments like, hey, look, I can appreciate you got your own point of view, and I didn't mean to step on any toes. I said what I wanted to say. You know? And then they just keep dragging it through the mud. And, you know, there's a psyop for you. Social media and controlling everybody and getting everybody to split up. You know? Honestly, I can't go out into public anymore, anywhere, and see the American flag and feel good about it. I used to. And now it means so many different things to so many different people. We used to be pretty much on the same, you know, what meant the flag, what meant the meaning behind the American flag was more common between us. And now we all see it our way. The American flag means this to me. And so you wave the flag and they're like, yeah. And you're like, no, I'm not waving it for you. I'm waving it for my cause. I don't even want to see it anymore, really. It disgusts me to see people waving the American flag when they're it's like misusing the Constitution, misusing religion, misusing politics. Everything is just getting fucked over, right? And then they, you know, you try to talk to them about it and they just double down. Well, fuck you, then I'm going to be a bigger asshole. You know? So you're against me, huh? You're one of those, huh? And then they point at you, and if you're not with them, then you must be a liberal or a conservative or this or that. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck both of you guys. Fuck all y'all. I don't want to be there anymore. It's not me. Religion, politics, the social bullshit that's going on, I can't even get into it. And that's where they won. They won because they've got us completely separated, completely divided. And then those who don't subscribe to one of those theories, we're in another boat of our own, you know. The fucking life raft, waving a white flag. Just fucking help, please. You know. People used to burn the flag. Well, yeah. They're still burning it today. You know. They were burning it in L.A. You know. As far as I'm concerned, flags don't mean shit to me unless the people behind the flag mean something. And right now, people don't mean shit. They're all in so many fucking directions, and they're all so full of themselves, and they're either fucking zealots or egotistic fucking maniacs or just some kind of fucked up social misfit, you know? Like, just fucking get along, people. You know? As far as I'm concerned, burning any flag never means fucking shit to me. It's a thing, right? It's a goddamn thing. That's why I can't stand up and pledge and I never did that. I'd stand up. If somebody looked at me, I'd do this, you know? If the teacher was scowling at me, I'd move my lips. But I never got into it because I saw the reality behind that fucking flag since I was a little kid, hearing about Vietnam from my father and going to Wounded Knee and seeing what was going on there and then having to put context to that with the history. Maha. M-A-H-A. What is that? Make America hilarious again? Because it's already that. Mahatma Gandhi. I don't know what Maha means. I gotta heat up this coffee though. I'm just frustrated with all of it. Well, if we were the greatest country in the world and we did have freedom and justice and liberty and all that shit, then we wouldn't have to be in the streets fighting for it. Fighting for it. Either side. All fucking day, every day. You know? Make America healthy again. Oh yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. You know what? It's a health industry. It's a health care industry. They don't have product if we're not fucked and sick and dying, right? And 20, 30 years ago, you used to be able to find cures for stuff, and they were looking for cures for things. Now, they look for treatments. They look for treatment plans. We're going to put you on this treatment plan. And what is that going to cure me? No, but it'll help manage it. What the fuck? You mean it'll help get the insurance company a lot of money and get the other health care industry. Fuck that, you know? Yeah, make America intelligent again. How's that? Let's do that. Let's have Americans get off their phones, or if they're going to be on their phones, learn something. Quit scrolling through fucking stupid videos and being fucking manipulated. Quit with the bullshit, you know? Let's organize and get this fucking country back on track. Let's do that. Let's... an RFK phrase. Oh, RFK. You know, either side. I don't believe it. I don't. Either side. The Democrats can, the Dems that can scowl and point at the reps, the pubs, or whatever the fuck you want to call, and they vice versa. Nothing ever fucking happens except we get the fucking short end of the stick. They make money. They do what they're gonna do. They have fun. They paid vacations. What do they care about the fucking healthcare industry? They're hooked up. Once you get into that, you're hooked up. We're fucked. The average person is fucked. Why do you think so many people join the military? Because they're smart enough to know that you got to get involved with those fuckheads in order to have a chance. Oh. Sickens me. Oh, look, a bong hit. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. What character was that, and from what TV show? Ooh, piece of candy. He followed a trail of candy, like E.T. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Oh, autism. Yeah, see, there's a thing that we suffer with that was, I'm pretty sure it came along about the time that they really, really doubled down on feeding us nothing but processed foods. And then the processed foods in schools and hospitals and institutions all changed. And then we started seeing our children and mothers coming down with these things and having children with these maladies, if you will. Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but I think there's a connection there. There's a connection to all of it. All of it's connected. The food, the healthcare industry, the government, the laws, the stripping of our constitutional rights, the waylaying of the Bill of Rights. I mean, just all these different things. It's all connected. It's all connected. If you get a chance to actually find it now, I think I might have printed it out at some point. Find the actual document, Agenda 21. It'll blow your fucking mind. It'll blow your fucking mind, because everything that's been going on for the last 25 fucking years is in the goddamn document. And the document was written back in the, I think the 90s or something. 80s or 90s. So there you go. You know, and of course my algorithm will probably cancel this show. Ow. Yep. We'll find out. Well, you know what? We're not going to find out much. I hate to be so negative, a negative Nelly, but we're not going to find out much. We're only going to find out what they want us to find out. You know, and that's the thing with politics and government now, is that it's its own entity, self-serving. Show me the money. That's it, exactly. Show me the money. I'll tell you where the money's going. It's going into a swamp. It's going into a cesspool. It's going into a garbage disposal. Yeah, if there was such a thing as change, it would fucking change. But you go back 50 years and look at the news, and it's the same fucking stories. Different names, different places, different bullshit. But we're still suffering from lack of groundwater. We're still suffering from the planet fucking pollution, and, you know, oil being released into the ocean, and, you know, warring with these people over this, and being pissed off at these people over that, you know. And our country robbing and stealing, and then pointing fingers, and then going to war, and, you know. And some people can come along, and, well, a lot of people will come along and say, you're wrong, and yada yada, and you have to pay attention to the thing. And they really can't prove their point, other than spout rhetoric and talk about what they've been programmed to say, right? And so you can't talk to anybody about anything about what's going on today, because they just don't hear you. They hear what they've been told to say bouncing in their head, and they're just waiting for the right moment so they can say it. And that's it. And it sucks. The intelligent thought is gone. It's programmed. It's people just spout rhetoric. A lot of times I can't even just sit here and talk about stuff, because I know I'm going to piss somebody off, right? Say something simple, you know, and it's going to piss people off, you know, because they hear it from their point of view. They don't hear what you're saying. They hear the rhetoric that's been programmed into them, and they're going to react that way, because that's the way they're programmed to react. They don't think, they react. John Lennon and Follow the Money. Find out who benefits from the situation. We certainly don't benefit from anything that's going on in Washington. We don't. People are convinced because they watch so much bullshit in the media. So a lot of people are just convinced, right? There's no truth involved. There's no show me the money. There's no trail. There's no reality. There's no physicality to any of it. They're just programmed to believe it, right? You have to believe. And unfortunately, a lot of these people are religious people. So they have faith. So it's easy for them to have faith in somebody or some organization or something. And I can't do that either. You literally have to show me the money. You have to show me the facts. You have to prove it to me. You know, and it won't be proven until 50 years from now, when they release the information from the, you know, the acts that have been put there, so that eventually we can learn the truth, with stuff blacked out, of course. No, none of us can handle the truth. None of us. Because if we were to know the truth about what's really going on in our government, it would crush people who truly believe who truly believe that they're waving the flag because that government is the best government in the world, and we're the best country in the world, and we have the best of this and the best of that, and they got their blinders on because they don't see the reality. And if they do see the reality, oh, those are those people who are fighting against our America, right? So it's very easy for them to just say, it's those guys, not me. But this, gotta be those, right? And I can't handle the truth, right? I can't handle it. Because the truth is that people don't care. They don't want to wake up. They want to live in their fucking dream. They want to live in their, their cute little fluffy little world and not have to think about what's going on around them. They don't want to think about the people that are involved, because every decision that's made every day in our world, whether it's our personal private life or out in the real world doing shit, people are involved. People are involved. People suffer the consequences of our decisions every single minute, right? Even if it's just, am I going to recycle this, or am I just going to throw it in the trash and into the landfill? This can of paint, should I just throw it into the trash can, or should I wait and take it down? This TV here, should I just throw it into the landfill? I mean, come on, that's one example. Everything we do affects everything and everyone around us. From the shit you buy to the shit you eat. If we bought more fresh whole foods, they would have to supply us with more fresh whole foods, and then there would be more farmers again and stuff. But they don't. They have all this processed fucking crap, HMO or GMO, pesticide soaked crap that they feed us, processed into other crap. You know how hard it is to go out and buy whole foods to make a meal that you can just buy in a can or in a frozen or in a bag? It's ridiculous, right? You want to buy a fresh salad? It's like outrageous fucking prices. But a cheeseburger, well, that's a lot easier to get. Some McNuggets and some fries is a lot cheaper than a fucking salad. Come on. So they just force you into that slave mentality. And it is a slave mentality. Because there ain't no getting out of it. We're shackled into it. If you got a rent, or a car payment, or a mortgage, or some kind of monthly bill, and you have to keep a job in order to pay for it, or you're on some kind of government stipend plan, you're a slave. I'm a slave. I'm a slave, he's a slave, she's a slave, we're all a slave. Wouldn't you like to be a slave too? Yeah, we're all slaves. That's the way they got it worked out now. How do we keep the people beholden to the dollar? Banks and credit. Banks and credit. Banks and credit. That's it. Banks and credit. Payments. Payment plans. Boy. 610. So I've got a new TV guide this week. Mary Tyler Moore is on the cover. And this is Mary Tyler Moore. The battle in Congress over television's future. Totally. First of all, Benson Hedges is the cigarette ad on the back. We need a movie of the week, people. Movie of the week. What's the movie of the week? We're going to look for cigarette tobacco ads here to see how many tobacco ads are in this week's TV guide. 10 packs of Carlton have less tar than 1 pack of, and then it shows a big list of different tobacco products there. Look at all those lower tar menthols and low tar filters. Woo! Gosh, give me a Carlton. And then do the Carlton, right? And slide around on the floor. All roads lead back to Rome. Oh, what the hell does that mean? You know? That's the way the cookie crumbles. Let's see. Let me see if I can find some more cigarette ads. So there's Carlton is 2. Ooh. Ron Glass. Ooh, here we go. Camel Lights. So now I'm advertising cigarettes on my show without even knowing it, right? There we go. Maybe I do know it. Oh. Look, I've got cigarettes here. So this is the cigarette ad. Okay, so that's 3. That is 3. Oh, and look, Canadian Club. And then there's always a booze. There's always a booze. At least one booze. So there's 3 tobaccos and 1 booze. Booze. I like to say booze. I don't know. It's just it's a fun word. Totally. Booze. Let's see. So that's 3 and 1. I'm going to zip through here. Just kind of zipping. Because they're usually not in the middle. Right? They're usually not. Once in a while, there'll be a tobacco ad in the middle. And if I only find 6, then there's one in the middle here somewhere. Because they're usually on the ends. Well, we got a lot of stuff going on. Just a lot of stuff going on this week. Okay, so let's start from the beginning here. So we'll work back to where the week starts. And here is Decade. I've never heard of Decade cigarettes. But look at that ad with the fresh tobacco growing in the sun. Doesn't that just look so appetizing? You know? All roads lead to Philip Morris. I'm telling you. And then we got Smirnoff. So that's, what was that? 3. So now we got 4 and 2. So here's Smirnoff. So we got 4 and 2. Two alcohol, 4 tobacco. Here, does this count as alcohol? Mouthwash. No. Although on ships, I know that Navy men used to drink Listerine and any mouthwash with alcohol in it. Literally, if they were alcoholics, they would drink that shit. Rubbing alcohol. All right, so here we go. There's 5 on the cigarettes. So it's 5 and 2. Bel Airs. 5 and 2. 5 tobacco ads. Geritol. True. True dat. We got Trues. True cigarettes here. 5 milligrams of tar. What's the point? Right. So that's 6. So we need 1 more to get to 7, which is usually the number of tobacco ads in a TV guide for the week. And there it is. 7. Vantage. There's usually 1 tobacco ad for every day of the week in a TV guide, just not during the week. At the beginning of the TV guide and the end of the TV guide. Very seldom will you see an ad in the middle. But it looks like we got 2 alcohol ads, 2 booze ads, and as usual, 7 tobacco ads. And then, of course, we always get a chance to purchase some 8-track tapes. So we have to look for an 8-track tape. There it is. There's, where are you? Hey, there it is. Christian music this time, right? Any 4 for $1. There you go. There you have it. There it is right there in front of you. And it ain't going to get any clearer than that. Totally, eh? What's on Monday night? What's on tonight? Tonight. 8 o'clock. Little House on the Prairie, September 25th, 1978, Monday. Little House. It's a new one because it's fall, so this is new fall fall season. Live from the Met, Othello. I don't think so. WKRP in Cincinnati. Yeah. Now we're talking. Adams Chronicles? I don't know. Generations of that historic American family. There you go. People magazine with Phyllis George. Christy McNichol on a roller coaster ride. Carol O'Connor at his Los Angeles restaurant. Carol O'Connor is Archie Bunker. Christy McNichol was Buddy on, right? Buddy on Family. Was it Family? I think it was Family. A tribute to Jimmy Durante, Cheryl Tiegs in a photo session. Wow, what a great show. Liars Club at 8:30 as well on September 25th, 1978, Monday night. Liars Club is a game show with William Shatner, Betty White, Dig Gautier, and Larry Hovis. Larry Hovis. Anywho, 9 o'clock is Welcome Back, Kotter. Barbarino gets his own apartment. Yay. Movie. Angie Dickinson plays a yachtsman's wife who falls overboard in the movie called Overboard. Okay. MASH is also on at 9. MASH. Mash it up, man. Let's see. Opera Theater. Yay. Incident in San Francisco, 1971 TV movie. With Christopher Connolly, Richard Kiley, Dean Jagger. Okay, 9:30. Operation Petticoat. That is the one. That's a TV series based on the movie. Sam Chu Jr., Melinda Naud, Richard Brestoff. I believe that Jamie Lee Curtis was actually in this show until she got famous, and then she had to move on. Also at 9:30 Monday evening, September 25th, 1978. One Day at a Time. That's it. One day at a time. I have to bite down on my teeth. Make sure they stay in place. The glue that I'm using worked pretty good, so I'm happy about my teeths. Rich Man, Poor Man, Nick Nolte, Lou Grant, Policers, Part 14. Ugh. Phineas Finn. I don't want to hear about it. Let's see. Okay, we get into late night. Johnny Carson's guest host, Steve Martin, with guest Cheryl Ladd, Steve Landsberg, and musician John McEwen. Rockford Files. The Pursuit of Happiness, 1971. Michael Sarrazin. Tomorrow, Tom Snyder from New York. And I think, didn't he do West Coast, East Coast? Did he go back and forth and do shows from either coast? I can't remember. I'll have to look into that. A demonstration, I was going to say demonstration, a demonstration of disco dancing on roller skates, and a discussion with artist Ivan Karp. I could just imagine him sitting there smoking cigarettes, laughing and goofing on roller disco. Right? He was a great guy. All right, that takes us into Tuesday morning. So all roads lead to tomorrow. What are you going to do, Nothing. That's what. What are you going to do? Drink coffee and get another bong hit ready, I guess. Oh, that's cold. I hate it when my coffee gets cold. It gets wicked cold. So, anywho, it is, oh, my guitar here. It is Viewer's Choice Week, so we need a movie of the week. Something from the 70s and 80s, preferably. That would be great. I could pick something, but that would kind of be cheating. It's viewer's choice. Pick something funny, something silly. I won't necessarily put it out here, but I might find a movie trailer or something for it. So there you go. There you have it. There it is. I'm going to get together another bong hit, and then I think we'll finish up the show at some point in the next 30 minutes or so with some music and play a little bit of guitar. I think my fingers, there's still a little bit of numb and tingly and a little bit of pain in them. Deep Throat. All right. That's a good one. While I don't have Deep Throat per se. Did he say per se? Okay. I love to bring this out. This here is my collection of jacketless records. Jacketless LPs. Alright. So, I can't really... Let me go ahead and put it here. And then I can show you what it is. It's just a big... it looks like a big book, right? And you open it up, and it's really just a shitload of records and sleeves. So I keep this filled with all of my special stuff. Swiss Family Robinson, Disneyland, right? Anyway, if you look through it, Black Sabbath, Master of Reality, and these are ones that I just wound up with. A Rolling Stones bootleg concert on an orange LP, right? From 1970 something. That one needs a new jacket, a new sleeve. Needs a new sleeve. It does. You bastard. Bear with me. I said cat scratch fever, Ted Nugent. Some Conway Twitty. Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? Evolution Journey. Don't skip one. It might be... there it is. And I skipped it, and that would have been the one, right? Let me close this up. And you're like, what the hell is he doing? Against all odds. No, you already got it. You said it, and you got it. So here it is. The soundtrack for the movie Deep Throat. I shit you not, dude. Boom chicka down, ba chicka boom bow, boom chicka bow, chicka boom bow, boom chicka bow, chicka bow. Deep Throat soundtrack. There you go. And now for the hard part. Now for the really, really hard part. Boom chicka bow, chicka boom down bow, boom chicka bow, chicka boom bow. Oh. Deep Throat Part 2 original soundtrack. Is that it? I think that might be it. Wow. There are a couple here. And I can't listen to them because if I did, then I'd get copyrighted out of here. Against All Odds. Who's in that movie? That's not James Woods, is it? With Linda Lovelace. So I can't find this particular one, and I don't want to share the one that's got like Linda Lovelace on it doing hoochie coochie scoochie music, or you know, that's not my bag, baby. This one here is just music, but I can't find one that's just the music like this one. So I won't go there. Which makes me think maybe I could try to upload this one to my channel and see if I can get away with it. Why not? Why the hell not? Ah, see, the old brain's still working. James Woods, Jeff Bridges, and Rachel Ward. Ooh, Rachel Ward. Let's see. Is that the one where James Woods runs down the road naked with his thing swinging, bouncing his knees? Right? So, James Woods, we will full circle back to, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy. Because if you remember, James Woods was a recurring character for a season or so on The Simpsons. And Homer got him into the house by leaving a trail of candy, I think, is how it was, Homer, I think. And James Woods is like, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy. That's the only thing I remember about The Simpsons, really. Other than, oh, and eat my shorts. There you go. There you have it. I haven't seen Against All Odds in a long time. God, it had to be the 80s, really. Probably on HBO or something, a year or so after it had come out. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I don't know for sure, but maybe. Yeah. Ooh, coffee. Oh, you know what? I should probably heat this up, because it's going to be really icky. So Deep Throat, Miles Davis. There's a combo. So yeah, it's a Snoopy day. It's a Snoopy week. Snoopy, yo, Snoopy. We got Snoopy everywhere. It's all about Snoopy. It's fall, which means back to school. It means holidays coming up and a lot of Peanuts cartoons, right? A lot of Charlie Brown, and one of my favorite times of the year as far as cartoons and stuff was the holiday season. Great stuff back in the 70s and 80s. You know, I was just thinking about this record here, and also these tapes, these reels. And I'm thinking that I'm going to have to, here it is. I am going to have to take this mixer. It is a a audio mixer for a DJ back in the 70s or the 80s. This is a 1982, I think, built by the Tandy Corporation for Radio Shack, and this is the realistic stereo mixer. Catalog model number 32-1100A. It takes batteries and it has an adapter. I do not have the adapter, so I have to put chargeables in here. Okay. My wife said she's not working this morning with somebody, so I don't have to go wake her up. So that means she's probably gonna sleep. No battery. No batteries in here, or they're dead. I'm going to have to check it out, charge up some batteries to put in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this here, take the out, and go into my audio-video mixer here on one of the channels. And then I can not only bring in my reel-to-reel player and an 8-track player, but I can hook up a turntable. Right? So I can also, if I want, do a guitar and a mic through here and headphone directly from this and be able to actually play without having any delay between my voice and the guitar and yada yada yada. So this is going to be a game changer, and I'm glad I thought of this morning, because I do want to get a reel-to-reel over here, and if I could get a turntable here, where would I put it, right? In a drawer. That is possible, though. I could put it in a drawer and take a drawer out. That's possible. Have it stored in a drawer, all wired up, or have the wires here, and then I just have to pull it out, set it on the desk, and jack it in. There we go. More fun, more fun. But I used to use this when I did my first couple of seasons. I used that mixer, and I would it'd have my mic and computer piped through that, and then have the cameras and one camera, and that was it. And I didn't have any video from a computer. For the first couple of seasons, I didn't use any video from, I think it was season 3 is when I introduced my audio video mixer here, this thing. And this allows me to switch back and forth between 3 cameras and my computer over here. So that was a game changer. That was a big time. I feel like I'm missing the mark here. I'm going to do my bong hit, get that ready, finish some coffee, and then sing a little music. So it is official. It's Miles Davis. ESP is the album of the day, and as well another album. The movie of the week is Deep Throat, and there's the soundtrack of the movie Deep Throat, and this is just the music soundtrack. It's not a bunch of oohs and ahs, which is the Deep Throat 2 soundtrack, I believe, is her added to it, doing moans and groans and, ooh, that's big, or whatever. I don't know. I saw the movie when I was really young. I'm going to say 11, I think, when I first saw Deep Throat, the whole movie. I saw a lot of movies that year. But sex was already, like, totally overrated to me by then. Anywho, let's get us a banger here, a bing bang boogity boom boom, a bong hit here. I noticed that this morning the traffic was kind of heavy on the show, and the count came up quite a bit. But I don't know if that was, I think 2 of these were me, but now only 1 of these viewers is me, and I think the other viewer is somebody else watching. So there you go. So I'm going to wait until I get a confirmed somebody here, and then we're going to do a little bit of music. And it's Monday, so I'll probably do a movie song. And then the song of the week, which I'm hoping that now that my fingers aren't so tender and my brain is starting to work again musically, I can start to come up with a song of the week that I can practice and try to perfect by the end of the week, right? So during the day, I'm going to be playing the song of the week. as often as I can. And in the mornings, I'm going to try to come on and share my progress with you. Because like I've said before, I'm not a musician. I'm not a singer. I don't know notes. I don't know this or that. I listen to stuff and I get a little information, and I just kind of take it from there, right? And I've only been playing this song since yesterday, really. So there you go. Totally. Against All Odds. I like that. That's a great movie from that period there. That's pretty cool. I remember that era that I was watching a lot of stuff at friends' houses on HBO and Showtime and that kind of stuff. Come on, man. Let's go. Just let me finish watching this movie, man. Oh, jeez. You're like my dad. Totally. Totally. Well, you shouldn't have turned it on. Get me hooked on a movie and then tell me we gotta go. Right? Totally, eh? Totally. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. What's he talking about? Totally. All right. There's the song of the week. It is Listen to the Music by the Doobie Brothers. Yes, yes, indeed. And it is one of my favorites. I've seen the Doobie Brothers twice, once in 79 and then once again in 99? 99 or 2000. I was in Vegas when they were playing in Vegas at the same place that had the Star Trek thing back then. They were great both times. It wasn't like the lineup today where you have both singers in the band now, and they just released an album, and that's one of the new albums that I need to get. I need to get the new Lucas Nelson. I need to get the new Ben Harper. I need to get the new Doobie Brothers. Yeah, I need to try to catch up on some new music. Muy importante, you know, totally muy importante. Keeping up with the music thing. Totally. So let me fiddle around with the fiddle around. I'm gonna put this bong right over here. I'm gonna put this right over there. There we go. There we go. I just want to close this drawer here so I'm not banging. Did he say banging? Yeah. I don't want to be banging shit here. And of course I'm going to bang it. Okay. Okay, is there anybody there? Because I don't want to go through this again. out there. Calm down. Well, if my wife's not going out this morning, and she won't be getting up too early, which means I can hang on here for a little while longer. I got my teeths in, so I don't want to take a nap or anything, or I'll have to take them out. I know old guys used to see old guys sleeping passed out with their dentures, but I can't do that nowadays. Dentures, you have to keep them in your mouth and moist and stuff, or they dry out, and you grind them. You can't grind them. That's not good. So, you know, that's just the way it is, I guess. I gotta do something about my finger. My pinky likes to tickety tick tack. Alright. Yeah, that's a little better. A little less obtrusive. Little bit less. Like I said, I'm just gonna kind of wait until I get a response from somebody out there that says, "Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead, start playing." And until then, I'm not gonna play. I got 2 songs in mind this morning. Listen to the music, and let's go to the movies. Listen to the music, let's go to the movies. Those 2 songs there. So I'm going to do those. We're going to do listen to the music first, even though I'm not real confident in the song yet. We'll give it a shot. When I was first fiddling with it, I could not find the pitch. I could not find the voice, right? I could not figure it out. Nick Nolte and Louis Gossett Jr. You want me to sing like Nick Nolte and Louis Gossett Jr.? Right? I'm sorry, the comment came out of nowhere, because I'm like in another world, you know, and that's like a fucked up mashup between Enemy Mine and 48 Hours, right? Totally, eh? Alright, The Deep. That's it. That's it. Jacqueline Bisset. Ugh, is she hot in that or what? I'm a guy. What can I say? All right, I'm gonna start this jam here. I'm gonna play a couple of songs so I can put this guitar down. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it go? Don't you feel it going day by day? People are getting ready for the news. Some are happy, some are sad. Oh, we gotta let the music play. What the people need is a way to make them smile. It ain't so hard to do if you know how. Gotta get a message, get it on through. Oh, Lord, man, you gotta, don't you ask me why. Whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, listen to the music all the time. Well, I know you know better everything I say. Meet me in the country for a day. We'll be happy and we'll dance. Oh, we're gonna dance the blues away. And if I'm feeling good to you and you're feeling good to me, there ain't nothing we can do or say
gotta feel good, feeling fine. Oh, baby, gonna let the music play. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music all the time. Like a lazy flowing river, running castles in the sky. And the crowd is growing bigger, bigger, listening for the happy sound. You're gonna have to let them go. Whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, sweet, sweet music. Whoa, listen to the music all the time. Whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, listen to the music. Whoa, listen to the music all the time. Let me set that down for a minute while I stop shaking, because that's what it does to me. An ocean movie about underwater treasure hunters. Yeah, I love that movie. I saw it in the theater. Quint from Jaws is in it. Quint. I can never remember that guy's fucking name. No matter how many times I try, I can never remember that fucking guy's name. The guy who played Quint. One of my favorite characters in that movie is the character that what is his fucking name? Robert. Is that his name? He's also in Black Sunday with Bruce Dern, and I love that movie. Another movie I saw in the theater, Black Sunday. Robert Shaw. Thank you, Robert Shaw. Yes. Yeah. I love that song. Thank you. That was one of my favorite songs from the Doobie Brothers, and to be able to learn that song, it's a really big deal for me. It really is. Having seen it in concert twice, and being a fan of the Doobie Brothers since I was a little kid. My father's a Vietnam vet. The Doobie Brothers are a Vietnam vet organization. And it's just one of my favorite jams. And I picked it up, and that rhythm just came right to me. I've heard it so many times that as soon as I picked it up, I just started strumming it. As soon as I found the chords, I was like, oh my gosh. And all Sunday, my fingers are hurting. All Sunday, yesterday I played it, and it was just a blast. My wife was like, you're getting it. You're getting it. And I got it. So I'm going to keep working on it all week so that I can perfect that song. And then once I get it perfected, then I can start to throw my own little twist on it, whatever that might be, whatever I start to feel comfortable working with vocally, I guess. And look at this. I don't know if you can see that shaking there, but the whole reason I put my teeth in this morning was so that I could get down. And so here I am getting down, getting funky. I am the white boy. That's my white boy right here. This is my white boy. Snoopy. Okay, so the next song I'm going to do is going to be Let's Go to the Movies, because it's Monday Movie Memory Day. So I like to, stay fresh and stay up on the songs. So if I'm going to sit down and play, I'll practice the song that I'm practicing, but I've also got to sit and fiddle with some of the other stuff and keep up on stuff. Totally, dude. Oh, I'm still shaking. I should do a bong hit first because I'm still a little frazzled from that. That's the first time I've played that publicly. It's not the same sitting here playing it for my wife as it is doing it live for the whole world to eventually have the opportunity to digest in some form, right? And yeah, I don't expect the whole world to watch my show, but you have to accept the possibility that it's available for the whole world. That's all I'm saying. Everybody's gone to the movies. Now we're alone at last. Ah, that's nice. Cup of tea. Cup of tea. What were they're talking about? They were talking about fish and chips and tea at 3 is called chippy tea. Chippy tea. Chippy tea. Chippy tea. Okay. What'd you call me, you son of a... Wait, no, chippy tea, man. It's just fish and chips and tea. That's all it is, man. Is it high tea? It could be. Depending on what kind of tea I order. In Amsterdam, you could probably get some really good high tea, man. Oh, man. Or at the pot shop. It's always infused now. I want mine steeped from flour. That's what I want. I want a good tea made with marijuana steeped. Yeah. The Katie Ladd album from Steely Dan there, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Yeah, as soon as I get used to my teeth, I think next year I'm going to come back with my radio show and do a weekly radio show. It'll be just on my channel, and there'll be pictures, but it'll just be done in the form of a DJ, right? And play music. And I'll go back to playing my 1920s and 30s stuff. Because that's what I can get away with playing and not get a copyright hit while I'm live. I've got quite a lot of experience doing that. So there you go. Some Steely Dan. I like me some Steely Dan. I was talking to a friend back in the 80s. I think it was 1987. And he was a guitar player. And I said, you know what, man? Let's learn some Steely Dan. And he went, huh? That's not really guitar music. You know, it's more like, you know, music like with, you know, instruments and all the keyboards. No, it's not really something you want to... There's some guitar stuff in there, but it's not really a guitar song, you know, not like let's jam on an acoustic and, well, can't you make it a guitar song? You play guitar, right? Right, and I'm sure you could. You could do like an unplugged version of some Steely Dan stuff. That would probably be pretty cool, right? So maybe that's in the mix. A little acoustic Steely Jam. Steely Jam, that's great. A little Steely Jam. Right, there's a Steely Dan tribute band. Steely Jam. Totally, eh? So I'm just making this shit up, you know. I'm not even getting paid. I'm just making it up. You'd think like somebody would say, put this guy on payroll, eh? No, they're probably just stealing all my ideas. Let's watch the show, and then we'll take his ideas, and we'll become millionaires. Yeah, that's it. Take notes. You bastards. You bastards. Don't put too much in it. Don't pack it too much, because my lungs is old. Dirty logic, right? That's what I have in my head. You've been reading my mind? Oh, jeez. Dirty logic. Dirty logic, right? Dirty logic.
I have a dirty logical disorder. Dirty logical disorder, that's it. A dirty logic disorder. Is that dermatologic? Dermatologic? What? Yeah, that's it. It's all that and more. Keep going, man. Keep going. I'm going in. So there you go. Once again, we've crossed over into another realm. It is almost 7 o'clock, and we are still here, and we're just going to kind of hang around this morning until the heart starts to wake up. This heart starts to wake up. We'll think about putting the show in the can, not in the bathroom. That's an old film term. A film can. I probably got a film can around here somewhere. Under my bed, stacks of film cans. Why? Because, well, that's where I keep them stored. It's nice and cool under there. So there you go. All my 16 millimeters. And some 8s. I think I got some 8s in there. Okay, well, we're going to do a little song this morning here, another song. It's Monday, so we're going to do Let's Go to the Movies. And it's a song about going to the movies. So let's go. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. Get a bucket of popcorn and sit down in the front row. We'll be having a good time, watching up on that silver screen all of our favorite stars living out our fantasies. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. To hell with the popcorn, let's sit in the back row. We'll be making out all night long to the sound of Fay Ray and King Kong. Let's go to the movies, hey yeah man, let's go to a show. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. We'll sit in the third row, invite everybody we know. We're talking, comment through every scene, throwing buckets of popcorn at the screen. We'll be having a good time, yeah, you know what I mean. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. We'll check all the papers and call the movie phone. If we can't find something we like playing up on that silver screen, we'll pick up some videos and watch them on TV. Let's go to the drive-in, let's go to a show. We'll take my old van and park it in the back row. Remember, it's carload night, and so we're going to bring everybody we know. And if we don't even watch it, it'll still be a hell of a show. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. We'll get a bucket of popcorn and sit down in the front row. We'll be having a good time, sitting in front of that big old screen. It'll be you and me living out our fantasies. Yeah! Harmonica break. This is where he plays a harmonica, and I just keep doing this until he stops playing, and then I go back into my song. We went to the movies, we went to a show. We fell asleep on the couch watching the Late Late Show.
And I paid the babysitter off, and she said, yeah, like I totally know, you want to go out again next week to the picture show. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. To hell with the popcorn, let's sit in the back row. We'll be making out all night long to the sound of Fay Ray and King Kong. Let's go to the movies, hey yeah man, let's go to a show. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. To hell with papers, we call the movie phone. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. We'll sit in the third row, invite everybody we know. We're talking, comment through every scene, throwing buckets of popcorn at the screen. We'll be having a good time, yeah, you know what I mean. Woo. I need a kazoo. If I had a kazoo, where would I be? Well, if you were a kazoo, where would you be? A junk drawer. Let's try a junk drawer. Let me go ahead and switch cameramas. Here. I'm going to go over to the side of the room. I have a kazoo right here, and a brand new pack here. Does it work? It's not working. Why doesn't it work? What is it? Is it supposed to do? I can't get it to make any sound. Let me try another one. See if it's a broken kazoo. These have been sitting in a box here forever. And this one, the thing just popped right off. This just popped right off of here. The little thing that goes down inside there. That one popped off. Well, so much for the kazoo idea. Nothing works. Nothing. Oh, I see. This popped off here. Let me pop that back on there. And that doesn't. That doesn't work either. Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on, but it's upsetting me. Okay, so they're cheap kazoos. I can't get any noise. Nothing. Maybe I'm not using it right. So anyway. Let me pop these over there. I'll have to get a professional kazoo. I know, I think I have a harmonica in my van, but I don't know how to play that. Put your fingers over the hole. Maybe I tried that. It doesn't work. It's not working for me. It barely wants to buzz. I think it's just not getting a right pitch. That's a lot of work. Now I'm parched. That took a lot out of me. I have to put the fingers over that hole. Yeah, that's what she said. Stop that. Oh my God, did he really say that? Yeah, I'm an old fart. I can say that kind of crap. That's the grandfather clause. That's it. I know I'm not a grandfather. No. But people my age are, so... yeah, you're right. A kazoo solo would work in lieu of a harmonica solo. But I'm not going to work at it. That's too hard. I need to get something with a little more pizzazz. Next time I'm down at Guitar Center area, I will look for something, some kind of mouth instrument. I could whistle, but that's good. Wake my dogs up, so I better not do that. Let's see, what have we got here? My little thingy. Stop it. That's what she said. Your little thingy. I'll smoke to that. That's better. Totally better. Yeah. So my big thing, oh, and it's after the hour, so it's officially a long show. My big thing right now in the world is people not working themselves at stuff, being so frustrated with people doing stuff for them, right? And then going about change in such a violent and hateful manner, right? People need to work more at getting along. We have so much more in common than we do not have in common, right? The things that we don't have in common are thrust upon us, right? By one faction or another, by one organization or another, or a government, or our bosses, or our religion, or whatever. We have all of these things thrust upon us that guide us. We should be able to fucking guide ourselves, and a lot of us do, and do it just fine, right? But we need to take the finger pointing out of getting shit done, right? And just, you know, pull up your bootstraps, pull up your pants, and get it done. That's it. Get it done. Get her done. Because if you did that, then you wouldn't be worried so much about what the other guy was doing. You know, well, he ain't doing enough. Well, fucking do some more and show him how to fucking do it. You know, don't start bitching and complaining and pointing fingers and shit. Get out there and fucking set a good example, you know. And if that's all you can do is set a good example and lead by example, then do that, you know. And don't draw a fucking line and say, oh, I'm going to set a good example, but only for these people, because those people don't fit into my way of thinking. Then once again, you've been programmed, you know. And it's okay to think your own thoughts and to feel the way you want to feel about stuff, but don't create hate around the people who don't feel the same way as you. So you don't feel the same way I do. Okay, fine, that's fine, you know. And don't pick on people just because they're different, you know. That's not nice. Let's not pick on people because they're different. Let's not pick on people because they got a problem with different people. Well, then they got a problem with different people. That's their problem, you know. Don't look at them. Ignore it, you know. When somebody says shit that you don't like, you can make a conscious effort to just not listen, not pay attention, right? Rather than get all wrapped up in some form of hate because it doesn't sound the way you want it to sound, right? Well, it ain't you saying it, so go figure how it's not going to sound the way you want it to sound. That's not my kind of human. That's not people that I know. Oh, you can't be like that in my world. Okay, you know. Can you write out the rules for me so I can understand exactly what I'm doing wrong? You know, I'm just being me. No, you have to be you my way. Well, what the hell does that mean? I did enough of that growing up. You know, you got to shave, you got to have a haircut, you got to do this, you got to act like this, you know, smile. And I did that most of my life, being that guy to please others. I wasn't pleased having to become someone else to get along in the world. Fuck that. Nobody else changed to, well, very few changed to allow me to be me, Very few. I usually had to conform. And the conformity is one of the ways you get broken down, Creating a whole stigma around drugs that the government lets into the country, right? And then creating a war on said drugs. And then manipulating the whole country into believing that if somebody's been anywhere near a drug, they should be drug tested, and if they have any tiny little bit in there, they should be fired or penalized or whatever. Come on. There was a whole era of that was just fucking ridiculous. Let's manipulate people's lives when they're not at work. How do we do that? Drug test them. Well, I haven't done drugs since last weekend. Yeah, but it's in your system. Fuck you. Suck my system. Oh, that shit used to piss me off. Go work for a place. Okay, it's drug testing time. What? Random drug? Go fuck yourself. Yeah, I smoke pot at home. I'll tell you straight up fucking front. I smoke pot at home. You want to fucking drug test me just so you can control me and manipulate me, send me to Narcotics Anonymous, and fuck you. It's all about power and control wherever you go in the world. Exactly. One way or another, And how does that happen? We let it happen. We don't want to be bothered with certain things, so we turn all of our power of attorney over to the government. Local, state, or federal. It's out of our hands. And then they let us vote, which is a bunch of bullshit, right? It's all figured out, unless it's the little things. They let us vote on the little shit, but the big shit, it's all figured out. And they work it out behind closed doors. And then they plan and scheme and plot. And then obfuscate, deceit, lie. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying any of it. And then the government, our government, points at other countries and says, "You're the problem. Here we come." Oh, am I being too cynical or too real? Just check one of the boxes. That's all. That's no more coffee. It's gone. Coffee's gone. I'll still have to do more bong hits. That's it. I like these teeth, but they give me a Jim Carrey mask kind of feel. Smoking. Smoking. Totally. And that's what I'm going to do, baby. I'm going to start smoking. Actually, I'm going to set the bong aside, and I'm going to load up my little bat box here, and I'm just going to do some one-hitters, just because they're a little bit smaller, a little bit conservative. Totally. So, yeah, I don't know what I would be doing without this morning show. I would probably be sitting on the couch, talking to myself, watching some stupid show and making stupid comments on the show, right? And then I would be making comments directed at my wife when she would come into the room, or at my dog, and have conversations with my pets. But that's about it. It wouldn't change much. I would just be off camera pretty much doing the same thing. That's the funny part. It wouldn't be as fun. It wouldn't. It would just be what it used to be. It would just go back to normal, right? Because on the weekends, that's what I do. I sit on the couch, I get high, watch TV, goof on shit with my wife, go to work, You know, sometimes go out and do stuff. But most of the time, the same old, same old, same old. Is that better?
Am I up in your face? Am I up in your face there, buddy?
Totally. Yeah, power and control. You know, that just means you got to put more batteries in your RC controller thing. Totally. Power control, power control, power control. Totally. I make jest, but it's serious, man. It's a serious thing. It's all out of balance. We, the people, started this, right? Every step of the way, we, the people, have the opportunity to just make a difference, to just make a change for good, right? And that's why they keep us at so many odds, so many different directions, because if we can't rally together to make a change, they've won, you know? And this organization hates that organization, which hates those organizations, which, you know, transforms into these. It sickens me to think that we have the opportunity for greatness. The greatness that they keep boasting about, you know, that is like just sand through your fingers, you know. Everything is inverted. Yeah, I'm inverted. Everything is fucking upside down. If I had an American flag behind me, it would be upside down. Because this country is just upside down. It's the citizens, it's the people that have the power. And we refuse to recognize that power until it's all completely taken away from us. And they've stripped us of so many rights that we can't really defend ourselves anymore against an oppressive government, right? They want insurrection, and I don't think that is a good idea at all. I think that we need to get more people in there, right? A fifth column. We need more people, real people in the government. The bummer is that once they get in there, they're really easily subject to change. They see well, you're here now, and this is the way it works. And then they have to fall in line with that. And then they have to figure out how to maneuver all of that in order to affect change. And you get a few people in there, and they're actually good eggs, and you get them in there, and they either completely destroy them and ruin their reputation, or those people become part of the problem. I mean, how do you fight such a huge machine? You don't. You can't. Unless you just overwhelm that machine with your own people. Right? We need more real people to get into politics and then stick to their guns. Right? Whatever that might be. But if it allows us to go and restore the Bill of Rights and restore the Constitution and restore all of these freedoms that we used to have, it's a win-win, because that's going to open the door for further change and hopefully positive change, right? I mean, that's why it's so easy right now for people to just hate and hate and hate, because that's the fad. That's the growing trend, is hate. You know, pick a hate, jump on board, and go with it. You know. What do you hate? What do I hate? I hate haters, basically. Pretty much. I used to hate change, but I welcome change for the good, right? That is all inclusive, that involves everybody, for the sake of everyone, right? We don't have to like our neighbor, but we have to accept that that's our fellow human, and we have more in common than we don't. So let's work on that and go from there, you know? Yeah, but he's always screaming and waving that. Well, then talk to him, you know? try to affect change peacefully. You know, you can do that. I hear a story about a lady in the South who used to just scream rhetoric, and the South will rise again, and she'd blaze her Southern flag over her property, and her black neighbors didn't really appreciate it much, and they tried to talk to her about it, and she'd scream and yell, and she'd do stuff that was really hateful, until she was in trouble, and those same neighbors came to her aid and helped her and affected change peacefully and changed that lady. She no longer waves that flag in people's faces. Sure, if she wants to, she now understands. She's taken the time to get into somebody else's shoes because she got to know them and understand where they're coming from. She didn't have to like it, you know, but she had to accept the fact that what you do affects other people. And if you do something with hateful intentions, it also affects you. And it changes you. You know? And it darkens your soul. It does make you less of a good person when you hate intentionally for no other reason than rhetoric, you know, or the color of someone's skin, you know, or someone else's sexual preference. What does it matter to you what someone does with their lives? I mean, if you're an evangelical Christian and it's your duty to go out and tell people where they sin and where they need to change, that's fine up to a point. But you cannot just keep blasting that in people's faces who don't feel the way you do, right? That's where it becomes like almost militant, right? And hateful, right? Where you don't overtly say, hey, I hate you because you're gay or you're this or that, but everything that spews from your mouth is just dripping with disdain for people who aren't falling into your line of how people should be on the planet. Everybody should be this or everybody should be that. You know what? It's not your decision. It isn't. It's an individual choice, and it should remain an individual thing. And if you want to subscribe to a religion or a way of thinking, that's fine. Go for it. But it shouldn't harm people who don't subscribe to that. And you shouldn't hate someone overtly or, you know, or inwardly. You shouldn't hate somebody outwardly because of who they are, right? That's happened my whole life. I've been looked at as a piece of shit, treated as a piece of shit all growing up, you know. And I had to make a choice to react or act. And I chose to act. I chose to act like I don't give a shit, because I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. And I can listen to somebody's opinion and go, yeah, it's not for me, and turn and not scream in their face that they have the wrong opinion and how dare they. You know, the more attention you pay to people with the wrong opinion, the more it gets glamorized and the more they feel empowered to keep that thread of hate sewing, you know, a new flag, because it's not the same flag. Do you like what I did there? Shut up. I'm really disturbed with how people can just hate overtly because of something that should have nothing to do with them, right? Or passively aggressively hate. You know, passively aggressively put somebody down because of the way they are or because of the way they choose to be. I mean, that's just not, it's just not right, right? If you think about it, it's just not right. You can believe what you want to believe, but the first belief should be that we're all free to believe what the fuck we want to believe, right? The country was founded on that and has never made it there. Freedom of religion, and it has never made it to that. There is no freedom for religion in this country. There is for specific groups of people, but not for all. You know, look at what happened to the Native American people. Oppressed, their religious beliefs completely wiped out, groups of kids rounded up and sent to Catholic school because that's what they were told they should believe. They had to keep their heritage alive in secret for decades. 100 years or more, right? How long do we go in this country where people can't just be themselves and be left the fuck alone to be that? If they're not hurting anyone, you know, if their beliefs only affect themselves, what the fuck business is it of yours? You know, believe what you want to believe, but allow me the same fucking courtesy, right? Let me believe what I want to fucking believe too. You know, if I believe you're wrong, that's fine. You don't want to hear it? I'm not going to fucking scream in your face. Fine. There you go. I'm not going to say I'm right and you're wrong. Of course, not me, because I'm middle of the fucking road. You know, I can't get into 100% believe in one thing or the other. Because nowadays, there's just not enough proof either way. For anything. Anything. So, there you go. There you have it. There it is. I do believe that we have freedoms and inalienable rights and all of these things, but I think that it's all dictated to us. You're free up to a point, and it's varying degrees of that, depending on your financial standing in the country, right? And among other things, you know, race and sex and religion. So, you know, we have to gauge these things to find out where you fall in society. And the main thing is conformity. Being able to follow the rules and conform. And right now there's a big push to find out who's who and what's what. These situations are caused, and then we see who reacts. And now we can see on social media exactly who they are. We've got cameras everywhere, drones flying over, taking video and pictures of everything going on, so that even if you're wearing a mask, that thing's going to watch you walk to your fucking car and get your license number, right? It don't matter anymore. You're going to get popped. And that's what they want. They're trying to figure out who's who and what's what so they can round them up and re-educate them. Re-education. That's what's coming. That's what they're going to do with the homeless, right? I think they're going to either re-educate them, rehabilitate them, or medicate them to death in concentration camps out in the desert. And don't be fooled by a second. They will be concentration camps. There will be people dying of heat and cold, of exhaustion from overwork and neglect. There will be people starving because people will be hoarding food, right? That shit will go on. And it will happen under the watch of people who are supposed to be in charge. And they'll make shit happen. Power corrupts. Unlimited power corrupts absolutely. Oh, totally. And we've given it away. We've given all the power away. There's very little left. We have very little opportunity now to change things back to where we're in charge. Because right now, it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. It just ain't looking good, you know. I wish people could see the effect of the average person neglecting their responsibilities in the world and in their country and in their own community, right? People have to look back, really look back, and nobody wants to look back. Nobody wants to look back at the past to see where we went wrong. They just want to scream at the present, right? And make so many decisions that really reverse a lot of the good that we've come, you know. We really have had the opportunity to make a big difference in the world as the average citizen, and we've got so much power now, but it's being stripped away right before our very eyes for the last 25 years. And it happens a little bit at a time so that it doesn't get noticed so much as being a pattern, right? Now is the time to look back and see the pattern. It goes right back to what I said Friday about Agenda 21. Or was that today? Was that today? Check it out. Find the document. Just research it. Just research it until you find it. That's all I can say. Read it and it will change. It'll change the way you see what's happening in the world for the last 25 years. I read it 15 years ago, I believe. And I don't want to read it again. It's scary. They're taking away our ability to take care of ourselves and each other. Right? They look at us as animals, as voting animals, savages, right? And they want to keep us sickly, and they want to keep us beholden to our credit rating, right? And they want to overprice everything so that they can keep it way out of balance and weed out the poor people. Or at least it's going to go from concentration camps to work camps. All right, if you want to prove that you can get out into society, you know, we're going to send you to a work camp for 3 years and you can work. And we'll give you a stipend, and we'll give you a check at the end of the 3 years, and we'll give you room and board and all that. But it'll be miserable conditions, you know. The Conservation Corps was like that. And I think if we had something like that, right, even that, because people are so spoiled nowadays, they wouldn't be able to handle it. They wouldn't be able to handle the Conservation Corps. We go out and we make changes and build and do infrastructure in our own communities and states and stuff, and you get paid for it, and you get a room and board, and when you get done you get an education, all these different benefits, right? I don't think nowadays a lot of people would be able to do that, right? Because it would require them to really physically actually work. And a lot of people in society nowadays want a real easy job. They want a job that they can do with their phones. I want a job that I can just sit on my phone, right? And even when they don't have that job, that's what they do at work, is they sit on their phone. Get back to work. Oh, right. I was just sending them, yeah, right, whatever. You know. I always, you know, if I had a job that was in one place, I just fucking left my phone off or somewhere, you know. I'd check it at lunch, check it at the end of the day. If I was out working, like driving, doing a driving job, and I had to have my, I would just keep everything off except for that one, just my boss, right? That's it. And nowadays, every time I drive down the road, every day I go out, I see so many people just driving down the road, staring at their laps. You know, and then that's how they drive. They just drive around looking at their phone most of the time. It used to be illegal. Now it doesn't matter. Nobody gives a fuck because so many people do it. You know, sure, they can bust you on it, but they're not going to, because the cops are fucking doing it too. What is he going to notice? He ain't noticing you on your phone because he's on his fucking phone. And that's part of his fucking job. He's going to be on his phone for his fucking job. Used to be a computer here, and now he's on his fucking phone driving around. Whether it's part of his job or not, I still see so many cops on their phones too. People just, you know, intentionally or unintentionally, everybody's got their heads up their asses, you know. Everybody. You know, I won't preclude declude. I won't It's me too. It's everybody. And that's the whole point, to keep everybody just fucking lost, either up your own ass or up somebody else's ass, right? Just completely fucking lost. Or believe in the bullshit. Now it's not news anymore. It's entertainment news, or it's news with commentary, because the commentary is what sways you. And the fact that if they're going to commentary on this during that news program, then the commercials and the stuff that they're going to do, the other segments during the news program are going to get you to sway in the direction they're eventually going to lead you, right? And that's the way it works now. And I cannot watch brainwashing garbage anymore. It used to be they would get on, they would tell you the facts, and then move to the next fucking story. And now they got to give you their opinion, and this news station feels that. I don't give a fuck. Tell me the next goddamn story. If you just told the news, you could fit a whole lot more news in. But no, what do? They give you fluff, a little bit of news, fluff, whatever is handed down to them by the international news wire, right? World News gives us this, and then we can pick one of those fluff fucking stories and all this bullshit. Oh, it's fucking garbage. It's all garbage. Handed down from somebody on high, says, this is what you can talk about. This is the way we want the world to work. Filter it down, and makes its way into TV, movies, TV shows, commercials, fucking music, everywhere. It just filters down, because this is the way they want the world to be, so let's write this in and let's just put it everywhere. And pretty soon, it's woven right into the fabric of the flag. Hate and division and corruption and lies and deceit and manipulation, the racism, It's just horrid. It's abhorrent. It's filthy, dirty, stupid, bullying playground fucking behavior, and I'm sick of it. This poor, stupid fucking world. Poor, stupid country. Poor, stupid humans. And I can't claim to, I'm smart because I figured all this out. I'm the best of the best because I know what's I'm fucking clueless here. I'm just as guilty as the next fucking person. I try. I really, really, really do try. And I think that's where we all fail, is we just don't try enough. As hard as we want to convince ourselves that we try, we just don't try hard enough. We need to do more. If that's enough for now, then it needs to be twice as much later. We need to do more. We need to keep doing more. It needs to escalate. It doesn't just need to go, I did a little bit, I'm done. That's my part. Well, no, it doesn't end there. As long as you're alive, you should be contributing something to society, to the world, to your neighborhood, to your community. The world. Contribute something positive. I try. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I just do it through an emissary, like my wife. It's like, I want to help this person over here, but I don't want to overtly say, I'm helping you. So, hey, honey, you're a little, you know the neighbors. You go talk to them and ask them if they need this or that, because they wouldn't believe it coming from me, because I'm an introvert. I'm just a quiet guy. My wife is the extrovert. She knows everybody. She talks to everybody. Everybody loves her. We get extra food. We run it out, give it to people, because she knows who would need it, clothing, material goods, whatever we come up with. If we don't need it, we're going to try to share it before we just chuck it, And even then we fall short, right? There's more that we can do. There's always more. I want to have a little community fix-it shop that's loaded with all kinds of tools, donated tools and machinery and stuff, where you can go and fix anything that you have, right? A lot of old school technology, of course. But you need a place with soldering irons and lamps and big magnifying glasses and stuff, so you can put a new board or something in, whatever. Or you need to do the brakes on your car because it's a weird old car and you don't want them to deal with it, and you got to, it's cheaper if you do it. You come in, you donate a tool, you donate some time, you donate a flat rate or something. Borrow some tools, do your stuff. You know, that would be a great community project, a community accessory, right? Find somebody that has a building they're willing to donate, something that's been dormant forever, right? Get a bunch of free tools, donated stuff, tables and benches, and you know, a library of how-to stuff, and a little reading area, some different workstations for different types of work, you know. A tool guy's dream, you know. I can't afford tools, but I'd love to go there and play, you know. Try to get some corporate sponsors, you know, people to just help out, smart people, you know, have a local mechanic day where one of the shop teachers from the college or high school stop in and help teach people, do, you know, lectures and how-to stuff. Have a place, a forum where people can get together and work on things together as a community, fix things, share ideas about fixing other things in the community. I would love to helm something like that, right? That would be fantastic. I'm not real easy to get along with, so that's why I don't work a traditional job. But I would love to be behind facilitating something like that. Donate a bunch of tools. Find donated tools and free tools and stuff. Help create it. Help put it all together. Help run it. But not really be the face of it, right? Maybe be one of the faces, but have it like a young person and some older people and then a really old person. Have that like the face of it. A community, men and women and kids. And have that be because that's what it would be. The community coming to help together to help each other fix things, you know. Even have just an old guy that comes in every day, a retired old guy that just comes in, and he's just a guy that knows a lot of stuff but also has really good advice where you can just ask him anything, right? That would be great to find a couple of old codgers like that, you know. That would be just that I would love to do. That would be a project, you know, and then grow it into something else. Grow it into a community garden, kind of a daycare after school program, right, where kids can come after school and go to a class on how to repair something or how to fix something or just show up and help and learn and watch, right? That to me says community, and we just don't have enough of that anymore. You want to believe that we do, and you want to think that it's in a lot of places, but it's just not really there, you know. Like an arcade. An arcade used to be one of the best places in town for kids to hang out, right? And it was the way we would get together, the place we'd get together, the way we would socialize, make plans to do stuff, right? And places like that, they're all in apps. They're all on your phone. I mean, there's just nothing impersonal in physical stuff, you know. It's all wrapped up in the ether. Fallen short again as humans. We need to do more stuff together. You know, thank goodness my daughter is really into concerts and travel and school and people. Whether she wants to admit it or not, she is a people person. She's shy and she doesn't want to claim that she is good with people, but she really is. She's really good with people, you know, because she doesn't try. She's not trying to please anyone. She's just being herself. And I think ultimately when you're just allowed to be yourself, that's when you become the best you can be. You're not hampered by all of this other bullshit coming down on your head. Just be who you are, you know. And as soon as we can cut down on the manipulation of people, then I think people are going to start coming back down to more of a balance on our thinking and our ability to get along and our way of thinking. We're all going to start to fall in line with, you know, good is good, bad is bad, you know, light is light, dark is dark. I mean, we need to get back to basics, you know, and concentrate on the things that make us sane. And worry less about the bullshit that is if it's coming out of the media, if it's coming out of social media, if it's coming to you, blasting at you in a meme, you need to just turn it off. Stop watching videos, stop swiping, stop social media, stop coming here if that's going to help. But just worry about being the best good person that you can be at all times. That saying where every decision you make, imagine your most favorite loved one watching over you through every decision and everything that you do out in the world, and a lot in private, right? Not everything. We don't want to imagine them in the bathroom with you, right? But you need to look at, you know, you're not trying to impress that person. You just don't want to disappoint that person. You don't want to let that person down. They mean a lot to you. And if they thought bad of you, that would hurt you. So think about that. Think about that person watching what you're doing, alive or dead, your kids, your dog, whatever. Make that a thing in your life. That every decision you make isn't just about you. It's about those loved ones, right? And how does it affect them? How does it affect your neighbor? How does it affect, you know, your community? You know, affect change for the good. You know, it's real easy to do that. It's a lot easier to just turn the other cheek and try to be positive in your own light than to hate somebody because they're different than you. You know, you need to shine. And if what they're doing is not up to good, right? It just needs to meet good. You know, are you a good person or a bad person? That's it. You're a good person, okay. If it doesn't meet up to good person standards, then you just to shine brighter, man. Be a fucking beacon. But don't just point at somebody and cast derision and division and hate and, you know, worry about your own shit. Starts at home. You know, if you're so frustrated and worried about what other people are doing and think, maybe you need to worry more about what's going on in your own life. Because that ain't you, man. This is you. Worry about you. Improve you. You need to assess your own character more and stop worrying about other people's. Shine bright. Do what you do. Don't go out and tell people they need to do this and they need to do that. Just do it. Right? Just fucking do it. Be that beacon. People are looking at you going, look at this guy. He's just getting it done. He's just doing it. You know, he ain't going out there and telling everybody. He ain't to go and do long fucking press conferences or whatever. He just does it and gets it fucking done. He, you know, and if he is, he's doing it in private or he's doing it in church, which is, to me is a private thing. You know, you want to hold rallies and stuff and do that's fine. You know, but to just overtly thrust your shit at people and tell them that they're wrong because they don't believe what you believe, that's just not nice. That's not freedom anymore. We keep going backwards, right? Let's just keep moving forward. Try to get back some of those freedoms that we've lost. You know, and just allow people to be people. Just, you know, we don't want to be controlled. We don't want to be manipulated. Well, hopefully we can go clean the house early today that we've got to clean. Because that would be nice. Get that done. Get it over with. Get it early. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got my teeps in, so I don't want to lay down and take a nap or anything, because I'd probably have to take him out. So I've got him in early, which means I'm going to try to eat a lot today. The only thing that should take him out is if I want to lay down and go to sleep, or if I eat something and that food fucks with my teeth, then I got to pull him out. But for the most part, I am looking forward to eating a lot today. I don't know what. Man, if I could talk my wife into going to IHOP, I would go there and just pig out. Just get one of those big breakfasts with a little bit of everything. Totally. Crispy bacon. I'm exactly right. Well, I love to be right. I don't know what I'm right about. I hope it's breakfast. No, I know what you're getting at. You just need to be, man, what happened? I grew up my whole life. I spent wondering why I was so beaten down for just being me, man. And I've gotten to the point to where I don't give a fuck anymore. You can't beat me down, right? I'm just unbeatable. You know, you can destroy me, but you can fucking destroy anybody nowadays. But you can't take me away from me anymore. And that's what kept happening. You know, they kept trying to take the me out of me. You know, PE coaches, teachers, the police, politicians, parents. I was always people, bullies, just regular people, always trying to take the me out of me. And that's where I think I won, because I feel like I am the most unchanged person I know. I know some people from my past, but they have really evolved into other people. So while we have this in common, they're over here. I am the one person that is pretty much unchanged, in my opinion. I'm still that if you were talking to me in high school, you're hearing me now, it's the same guy. Nothing's changed. I still have the same opinions. I still am middle of the road. You know, I'm glad that you and I have similar views. That's awesome. Because I'm not here to change you. I'm just here to say, hey, that's who I am. You know, if you come into this show and watch and are over here, and I don't get you to go over here, but I can get you to join me in the middle, hey, at least we're doing something, right? You may not have been over where I am like at, really, because I'm not really in either place, right? I'm usually right in the middle, just trying to figure it all out by observation, right? And if you're there with me, I like that, you know, that we can find commonality, you know, in the world, because it's a fucked up place right now. And I just want people, I don't like wake up. I don't want people to wake up, you know. It's like, yeah, if that's the way you want to look at it, that's fine. I just want people to learn how to get along, right? Because being different is what it's all about. There's no way we're going to be all the same. If we were all the same, we'd be fucking Nazis, right? We're not that. We're humans. So we all need to be different. And different is where it's at. And whether you're my kind of different or her kind of different or his kind of different or their kind of different, it doesn't matter. The fact that we're different and that we have so much more in common is what matters. No matter how different we get, we still have more in common, and we need to worry about that. All that other shit fucking goes away when you have to worry about water and food and air and you know, where you're gonna fucking live, you know, and will I have a blanket tonight, or will somebody fucking come and steal it away from me? When it gets to the basics, all right, none of that other fucking shit means anything, all right? And so many people in this country are dealing with the fucking basics, and they see the shit that's going on the news. They're like, hello, all this other fucking bullshit. Why not, instead of focusing on the bullshit, why don't you focus on the people who need some fucking help, right? No, let's go to this other country over here. We'll help those fuckers, or bomb those fuckers, or do this, or do that. And then we're going to round people up in our country for being poor. That's crazy now. You got to be crazy to be poor. You know, round them up. Concentration camps, re-education camps. Then it's going to be work camps and work farms. They need to criminalize and institutionalize the people who don't fit in and don't look and act the way society, the growing society, wants to see, right? If you're dirtying up our city, we're going to get rid of you, right? Now we've set a precedent, right? So if we can round up these peoples, we can just as easily say, you know what, we don't like this in our state, so we're going to have to re-educate you, whatever that might be, right? We should be so educated out of high school that this country should be producing nothing but the best of the best, right? And we're not. People that graduate high school barely have a 6th grade, 7th, 8th grade education by most other countries' standards, right? Graduating a junior college or even university is sometimes less of an education than high school in other countries. Things are fucked up. You know? Keep them stupid. Keep them voting. Keep them manipulated. Keep them believing the bullshit. And this shit will just keep going on. It'll just keep going on and keep going on and keep going on. You know, is anybody taking notes, right? Can we put together a poorly Xeroxed, what do they call it? Monologue, manuscript, something's put together one of those things that we can hand out on the street corner, right? Let's pass it out on the street corner. A manifesto, that's it. And what will we put first on the stop hating, start loving more, do more in your community, stop bitching and fucking griping and pick up something and do something positive, right? Affect change on a positive scale in your own fucking community. When you've done that and you have achieved, you know, a greatness status in your own community, then think about taking it on the road, right? Because those are the kind of people that we need. You know, what did you do in your community, right? What did you do? You know, did you keep your library alive, right? Did you do stuff at your community center that says community, right? Did you have a community? Did you start a community garden? Did you have an outreach program for shut-ins or people in your community? What did you do in your community that makes you a good person? Well, I worked and I raised kids that went to school, and you're not getting it. Hey, my friend is leaving Rome, going back on the boat. Back on the boat. Ah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm hoping that at some point I can get my friend Guy on the show, who's just went to Europe. He's in Europe now, and get him on the show with some pictures and some commentary about the world. That would be great. I'd love to hear the world's views, you know, about what's happening in our country right now, because it probably isn't good, right? I mean, I think we're really laughed at in a lot of places right now because of what's going on. Not just our leaders, but our people. We're making mockeries out of our own selves as Americans at this point. We are becoming that stereotypical joke that everybody points at and says that's who we are. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. But, you know, we've just embraced it. That's all we've done. We just embraced the fact that we're Americans. there's a lot of room for improvement, people. You know, it is. It's happening in every country. The same shit that's happening here is happening in every country. And every country's looking at every other country and saying, I'm the best and you suck. Right? Because people are just so full of themselves and full of their flag and full of their country and so overly patriotic but so undereducated as far as what's going on in their own capital. Right? I don't claim to know everything. I think if I knew more, I would probably be more afraid of what's going on. So, thank goodness I don't. Thank goodness, you know, I'm stupid. I keep it dumb. Yeah. 8 o'clock. Wow, 8 o'clock. September 22nd. 2025. It's 2025. Wow. And things are a fucked up future from where I'm from. I'm from the 1970s and 80s, and we've come to a fucked up place. Technologically, it's pretty cool. We've got this future thing going on that's pretty cool. But socially, politically, globally, we're fucked up. We are so fucked up. We are so screwed. We are so behind the 8 ball. Yeah, I feel sad. Hey, the house is waking up. There you go. I guess it's 8 o'clock. I guess that's my cue to wrap things up for the day and maybe have some breakfast. Maybe some more coffee. Maybe. There you go. Put on my little white noise sound buffer there. Well, thanks you for hanging out with me, WW, and who else is there? I'm hoping that Joey's been around a little bit this morning. He was here early on. I imagine that maybe he's getting ready to go or just decided to take a nap. They did the festival yesterday, the Riot Festival there in Chicago, and they're flying home tonight. So I will be picking them up at the airport this evening and have Joey here for a couple more days this week and get to find out all about what happened in Chicago. So I'm excited about that. I get to travel vicariously through my daughter. And that's neat. It's neat because it's all so new to her, so it's just to see it in her face is awesome. Awesome. Okay, I guess it's about that time to go. I gotta get rolling along. You guys know what to do, right? Spread peace and love, not bullshit, right? Go out there and do something for yourselves, but do something for somebody else, right? Do something for your community. Why? It'll make you feel good. Make somebody else feel good, right? It'll just make the world a better place, right? Most especially stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. You gotta put in the work, you gotta put in the effort. Take it easy, brother. Nice talking to you this morning. I'm glad we got a lot in common, right? All right, people. Yeah. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. I can't stress that enough, man. It's just all about being nice. You don't have to like somebody, but just be nice. See you tomorrow. Pretending to be nice is a lot easier than just outright hating somebody because they're different. All right, people, love you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll see you tomorrow, and adios.
Thank you.